Hey, call me Shape. And today I'm reacting to a video titled, Brittany Renner begs judge for more child support. Let's get right into it.
Brittany Renner is broke and manages her money terribly.
In late September 2025, the courts decided that PJ Washington would spend $5,500 a month in child support. Now remember, a few weeks before that, he signed a 4-year, $90 million deal with the Dallas Mavericks. But this did not make Brittany Renner happy. As we know, there was a viral video that showed the explosive toxicity between the two of them, and so she did something that was interesting. She filed to request to increase the child support on October 1st, 2025 to $35,000. Now again, I believe the $5,500 a month was awarded in Texas, but Brittany Renner lives in California. She says she is struggling to make ends meet, shopping for her kids' clothes at Target and living in a rental.
Boy, you don't sit your stupid ass down. Who the you is?
She also claims she no longer has a basketball wife's checks to rely on, so the child support is her primary income. Her filings argue that she cannot afford to provide their son the same lifestyle if she had been supported fully by his father's financial means. So while Brittany Renner may not be broke,
but here's the problem though, and this is what bothers me about this. This girl is trying to run a big play, right? Oh, she can't afford rent in expensive ass California. Why you moved there then? Oh, because you're trying to get more child support. See, women, they abuse the court system. They weaponize the court system to grape men, right? They weaponize it, right? He just signed a 4-year, $90 million deal. If it was up to her, she'd get $45 million, okay? Women would take all the money. They don't care how much the judge awards them. They will take all your money. So that you can tell it's not about being fair. It's not about being honest. And honestly, what person you know gets $5,000 a month to take care of a child and still says, it's not enough? Most people don't even live off of $5,000 a month after taxes. And you're complaining with that. That's 60 grand a year plus. You know what I'm saying? And she's complaining. So it honestly is smack in the face of all humans because she's making it seem like it's so expensive to raise a child. Yet we're all doing it for less than $5,500 a month. So she clearly is a gold digger, but she failed at gold digging, and now she's trying to beg for more money.
it's true that she is trying to get more money, not for the kid, but for herself.
Damn.
Brittany Renner is even coming with receipts. Renner references social media posts, designer purchases, luxury vacations as evidence of PJ Washington's ability to pay more for child support. So she's acting like he don't have the money, but yes, she had the money. And also, original consent order was in North Carolina, actually. So filing in California shifts the focus of the states. Different states have different standards, cost of living assumptions, and legal thresholds. And of course, people are starting to weigh in on it.
Brittany Renner is asking for her child support payments from PJ Washington to go up to $35,000 after he's already been ordered to pay $5,500 a month. Now she's saying she's not able to make ends meet and she's not able to provide a lifestyle similar to PJ Washington. And $5,500 a month is more than majority, I would say more than half of Americans are already making a year. Obviously, she probably wants to use this money to buy herself a better car that she's going to drive the kid in. She wants to buy herself a better apartment that she'll have the kid in.
This is interesting. She wants an upgrade from the money that she's getting, but this is even crazier.
Brittany Renner is broke and manages her money terribly. That's why she's in California courts asking for $35,000 from PJ.
Before he even continues on, it's crazy to me that she thinks this is an honest and reasonable request, right? To ask for nearly 7 times more the child support you're already getting per month. As if we don't know that you're going to spend that money on yourself. Now, she gave receipts talking about, oh, look, he took me on luxury trips and I can't afford to do the same, give the same lifestyle to my child as PJ can. Yeah, because you're not making $90 million. So you're not supposed to be able to afford the same lifestyle he could provide for his child. You don't play in the NBA. But the fact that she thinks that she needs to be able to take some of his money so she can provide more for him, no, let him provide more of that luxuries directly for the child. Again, this money's not for the kid. This is so predatory. We need to honestly, we need to really do something about this type of shit, y'all. This shit boils my blood because it's like, it's like the nerve of people. No one sees that, women complain is a patriarchy, but we have all these systems we have all these systems established to really allow women to stuff it in men's backside, bro. I don't even want to say what I want to say, right? But they can really give it to men, bro. And it's crazy because no one seems to care about it. All the beta males, they're for it. All the beta male judges, they don't care. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Take that dude to the cleaners. It don't matter, right? And bro, this is so wrong, bro. This is so wrong. And I hope the judge says no. I really hope the judge says no.
That's a month, by the way. See, Brittany didn't stay in Texas. She went over to California. Why? Because Texas has a cap on how much you can get monthly. California does not. That's why the first thing gold diggers normally do after getting a baller is move to California. But here's the problem. We already know she's going to say she doesn't make enough money to survive with her and the one child. And that the bills are just too high. Kind of like her, she thinks that any judge is about to give her roughly $420,000 a year. To do what? Go play in a corner while you give the rapper of the month gawk gawk?
Woo! Now this is the most damaging to me. Because, okay, weren't you just married to Kevin Gates? This is interesting. So you were married to Kevin Gates. Kevin Gates is a rapper. You were not really tripping off the money. Your little relationship didn't work out with him. So now your animosity is toward PJ Washington. And this is kind of what I've noticed with ex-girlfriends or baby mamas. And, like I said, this is very similar to what you saw with Kayla Nicole and Travis Kelce. After they broke up, she was still trying to cash in on her connections with the Kansas City Chiefs. She was still trying to cash in on the connections with the friendships in the NFL. And she felt like she should be able to keep that even though they're not together anymore. Well, the issue is that, you're not together with him anymore and you don't offer a whole lot of value. So you're no longer his lady. And it's very different for women. Like if they're done with you and they're broken up with you, do you get access to this? No, you don't get access to that. But for whatever reason, even though you don't get access to it, you're supposed to pay child support while you're dealing with another dude who can't give you the same thing as the...
But it's not even just that, right? It's not even the fact that she's dealing with another dude, because that's part of it too. But the fact that you're trying to make a living off of somebody by theft, by stealing. I'm not mad. Brittany, you want to make $400,000 a year? Go get a job. Go start a business. Didn't you write a book? Write another book. Why don't you do something with your lives? But instead, so many women are trying to get by stealing from men. 'Cause that's what it is. It's stealing from men. You already got awarded child support. Why are you trying to get more? The child support is not so you could upgrade your life. You know what I'm saying? Like it's bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm for anybody who's trying to make $500,000 a year. I admire that, but not through stealing. Like right is right, wrong is wrong. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that, and that dude said it before, that every girl, the minute she gets knocked up by an NBA player, tries to move to California because California has no limits into how much they can make child support for, yo. Can anyone see this and say that this is a demonstrably, horribly wrong use of the court system? Right? Like this is egregious. That this should not happen. I don't know. Should we start a petition about this? As men, we really need to come together and stop this, bro. This is crazy. What do they say? Texas has a cap? Yeah, I think all states federally should have a cap. That should be a law. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, it's crazy to me that as men, we are obligated by law to provide what we bring in a relationship. But women, they're not obligated to do nothing. The court system cannot obligate her to do nothing for you. If your wife doesn't sleep with you, oh well. If your wife doesn't clean the house, oh well. If the wife doesn't cook and clean, oh well. And if she wants to file for divorce, she gets half. And then if she wants to file for child support and she moves to California, there's no limit to how much she can get. Like, bro, what is this, dog? Yo, getting married is not worth it. Having babies with thoughts like this is not worth it. And that's what I'm praying. I'm praying that they reduce her child support. I don't know if they could do that, but I hope they give her a reduction. Bring her from $5,500 to $3,500, bro. Lower that shit, bro, because she don't appreciate it. She don't appreciate it. She thought NBA players are so stupid. Oh, yeah, you can get knocked up by them. They're dumb. They screw everybody raw. But if you're so smart, how come you need to steal from somebody in order to make $500,000 a year? How come you got to steal it? How come you can't do it the honest way, bro? This is dishonest prostitution, yo. That's what this is. This is dishonest prostitution. Taking from a man for something he did, how old's your kid? Years ago? Come on, bro. Hey, listen up, Shape Squad. Are you tired of being ignored by women? Well, download my free ebook, Be Attractive and Shut Up. It's going to teach you how to master attraction, build unshakable confidence, and win with women without words. Because chances are you're not ugly. You just talk too damn much. So download my free ebook, Be Attractive and Shut Up, and take control of your dating life right now. Now let's get right back to the content.
This guy gave you. And so you're basically taking another guy's money and then some other dude is clapping for free. This shows the wall hitting formula. Like, Brittany Renner, you know, where's your money at, honey? Number one, you've had every opportunity to grow your own business. You get paid for podcast interviews. You have a Fashion Nova deal. All of these things you can do on your own. Like, for somebody like myself that's come up in Black YouTube, working extremely hard over the last decade, I mean, it's hard to grow like I've grown. Brittany Renner, you're actually in the industry. You could find people who will bring like podcast sets out. You would have people on your podcast. I mean, you could even have more leverage to get more shows, your own show, your own companies. These are the things available to these people, but they don't have any level of entrepreneurship mindset. So they're entitled, and so they want things for free. Instead of trying to add more value to the industry, you'd rather just take a check from baddies or whatever else, instead of getting into the industry and adding actual value to it, instead of just being lazy. So now you want the man, your ex-boyfriend or your ex-baby daddy, who has to prove himself every day in the NBA to get money, and because you're jealous of his baby mama, then he should still pay for your situation because there's a kid with you. But in the reality, if you really wanted access to all that money, the question is this.
Okay, they reporting that Brittany Renner wants $35K a month in child support from PJ Washington. Women gonna say, well, he got it. He got $90 million. He got it. So he should spend it. I remember a woman told me a guy was going to jail, in jail, and this woman was cheating on him at his own house. What else she gonna do? The way women justify things, bro, girl math is undefeated for them, right? But, it don't take $35K to raise a toddler. $5,500 a month is enough. We raising a child. I don't really understand that. Because if you wanted to enjoy the fruits of my labor, you should have stayed under my leadership. When you don't stay under my leadership, you don't get that. $5,500 is more than enough to raise a child. I don't understand that. It's more than enough to raise a child.
So, the brother talks about something that's interesting. He says a lot of the women out there are saying, well, hey, he should have to pay. It's his baby girl, get all the money you can. And it's like, if you want to use that mentality, fine. But we already know the next dude that you're dealing with isn't spending no money on you. Not like that. No dude is spending $35,000 a month on Brittany.
Bro, after anyone sees this, they're going to lose. Like, that's what you don't understand. She's advertising herself like a gold digger, like a thief, like a parasite. She's a fucking leech. She's a vampire. She's going to drain you and suck you dry, but not in a good way, bro. She's not going to suck you dry in a good way. That's what's so horrible. Like, yo, these are evil. This is an evil woman. Literally. And yo, so hard. You know what's so terrible about all this? Brittany Renner was so I remember, bro, 2013. She was like the first Instagram baddie, Instagram model. She was so attractive when she didn't open up her mouth. But then she opened up her mouth, and now she's the most hideous woman that exists. You know what I'm saying? Like, nothing that comes out of her mouth makes her look better. It all makes her look worse. So she blew her looks. Here's a girl who has looks, who had an opportunity, and she blew it just to be a thief because she's lazy. And then she wants to argue. I guarantee she wants to argue, oh yeah, women are equal to men, they're equal to men. Then how come you gonna try to make a living off of a man's back? Why don't you make a living off of your own back? Same women preaching equality are not trying to get it the way men are getting it. Your baby daddy is playing his ass off in the NBA, and he probably played basketball his entire life to get to this point. And you weren't even shooting with him in the gym, but you want to come and reap all the benefits because you let him hit it wrong, and he was dumb enough to skeet. You know what I'm saying? He was dumb enough to bust a nut in your ass. And it's crazy because he's married now. He's moved on. And you still want to suck him dry. You still want everything he got. Why would you conceive a child with somebody just to come try to steal from them afterwards? I would, if I was her son, I'd be like, yo, my mom's a horrible person, yo. Like, you know what I'm saying? She literally got knocked up by him just so she could get child support. Like, it wasn't, she never even thought of, it wasn't even about the child at all. It was about this. This is the exact thing she did all this for. To demand a lot of money in child support so she don't have to work. So she can be lazy and buy a bunch of useless shit that collects dust and be a fucking hoarder. You know what I'm saying? In a mansion somewhere in Calabasas. Like, this is ridiculous, yo. Like, it's crazy, bro. This dude moved on, got married, wants to go on with his life, started a whole new family, and his jealous ass baby mama wants to drag him through the mud, wants to drag him through the court because she's lazy, don't want to work, even though she got an opportunity. She's like O.J. Duke Jackson said, she can make a podcast. You know what I'm saying? She got a lot of opportunity with her name. But does she want to use it for anything? No. All she wants to use it for is so she gets smashed by a dude. Like, all these girls, bro, there are no unicorns when it comes to women. Even the most attractive women are dumb as rocks, bro. Even the most attractive women are dumb as rocks, yo. This is why men don't want to get married. This is the exact reason.
Kevin Gates couldn't even stay with her for more than a year. So that's the real issue here. Like, nobody wants to put up with you. And she is beautiful. She is good looking. But again, this doesn't mean that somebody wants to put up with you. Most people don't want to put up with you if you have too many problems and if you don't have enough to offer. So if you want to stay with a man, then you got to deal with the ups and downs. And clearly you did not want to deal with that. So you didn't deal with it. Somebody else dealt with it. You went on podcasts talking about the man, talking about how he was paying for stuff on OnlyFans. I mean, you were doing all that stuff. You rolled the dice. You got the guy you thought you wanted. It didn't work out. And so now he's with somebody and it is working out. You had the first opportunity on it. You didn't pick the guy. Now you're down bad. Now you're upset. And I know that this is something that you don't like, but a lot of women play their hands. You know, you already have the guy, but you don't respect the guy, okay? For whatever reason. You think the guy, you deserve more, and that could be fair. Maybe you do deserve more. But if you feel that you deserve more, the problem with that is you have to go out there and actually prove that you deserve more. So when you go out there and you prove that you're having a problem getting what you want, then the person that you had at first starts to do better than you. Now you start to be combative, like, how dare he figure out his life without me? Yeah, that's exactly what happens. I'm gonna tell you all the time. Men are just not supposed to be successful without their baby mamas. I'm going to keep saying it until I'm blue in the face. Once a woman leaves you, there's an unspoken rule out there. You're not supposed to ever do any better. And sometimes men don't. Men cry. Men can come back and beg and hope to, get things how they were. But the real strength of a man is not his ability to get his woman back or family back. It's to accept it for what it is and to move on and to seek greener pastures. And
he leveled up without her. He's doing better without you. Can you imagine this? Here's a girl who was a thought, going around sleeping with everybody, made a book talking about judge this book by its cover. She's half naked on the cover. Like, bro, just completely exploiting herself for clout and for money, right? Embarrassing herself, embarrassing her family's name. And you get with a guy, like I said, he still deserves blame. He was foolish enough, because would I have smashed Brittany Renner? Absolutely. Would I have done what PJ Washington did? Absolutely not. And I'm not a millionaire yet. So I wouldn't have done what he did. That's how crazy what he doing is so crazy. I wouldn't have done it. But now they have the kid. He moved on. They're not together. She wants to be able to fight with him, talk shit about him online, and still carry him to court and take all his money. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just complete evil. Like, at least if you want to make this kind of money, why don't you see? This is what's so funny about this to me. Women couldn't negotiate this deal on their own. They need a court to force men behind threat of going to jail, garnishing wages. They need to go to the court in order to get this ordeal arrangement with a man. She couldn't negotiate that with PJ Washington. She couldn't just like, oh yeah, I'm your baby mom, take care of me, I'm looking out for you. She couldn't be a blended family with him. No, she want to fight with him, take his money, treat him like shit. Like, bro, what is this, yo? Who would want to have a family with somebody like this, yo? You are literally a pain in his side, and all you do is keep embarrassing his name. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, this... I don't even know what to say about this, yo, because none of this has to be this way. If you really loved him and it didn't work out and you moved on and you didn't try to use him to have a baby and become a millionaire, then when shit didn't work out, bless him, bro, for giving you the opportunity to actually even procreate with someone that's, you know what I'm saying, might be a Hall of Famer one day. You know what I'm saying? Like, you done got... your son has an incredible father, yo, based on his own contribution to society and who he has become. But instead of appreciating that, you're trying to tear the father down. You're trying to fight with him, curse him out, expose his business online, do this, take videos of you, a conflict you guys have when you're giving him the kid. This is what I mean. Like, women don't even understand that they could not exist in society without the laws protecting them, bro. They could never protect themselves. They could never negotiate this type of shit for themselves. They need to use the courts as a weapon to take from men. Instead of being like, you know what? I'm going to be a great mother. I'm going to look out for your kid. I'm going to do what you need. Screw child support. Just give me what you think, you know what I'm saying, you can. And I'm going to work hard to provide for our kid. But no, something that took two people to make is going to only take one person to provide for. And she's going to sit back and I can't do nothing. I don't know, bro. I don't know. Yo. It really... you guys are not pissed off about this? Like, this is not even my life, and it bothers me, yo.
Called resilience and adversity. And PJ Washington in his young life had to deal with that. The mother of his kid didn't want to be with him, went on podcasts, assassinating his character. He had to figure all of that. He was being trolled by everybody. He was being talked about. He stopped all of that. They went to the NBA Finals 2024. So what did he do? He played well, got an extension. Okay? Proved everybody wrong. Even Brittany Renner. Now, Brittany Renner, you're unstable. You're no longer with Kevin Gates. And how did I forget this? You're no longer in Islam. So now you're back even worse than where you started from. And so now this guy needs to pay for more of your mistakes. And in my actual opinion, he's already paid for so many. But this is what happens when you start winning as a man. He never talked about her. He never insulted her. He never went around getting attention off of her. He just performed. And she should have been, considering performing too. Well, maybe she was with Kevin Gates in the bedroom. Woo! But obviously it wasn't good enough for her to stay there. Woo! So yeah, so now you're down bad, you're bitter, you're dusty, and then now the world is closing in on you. Baddies are not there no more. You're not getting a check. Nobody feels like they need to hire you. You don't have a real place in the entertainment sector. So that's just what it is. Okay, it's bad, but that's what happens when you feel like you don't need to be valuable and you live a delusional life. Let me tell you guys something. As long as you're living, your job is to impress people. Okay, on YouTube, if my videos are not getting better, if my thumbnails are not getting better, if my strategy isn't getting better.
Yeah, like, I don't want to go into, he's going into some philosophical shit like that. I don't want to talk about that. What I want to talk about is how this dude had to still perform at his best while there's a girl trying to ruin him. He had to still go out there and perform at his best. That's why success is the best revenge. Because she had to try to steal the money from him while he actually, that 90 million is his already. He just earned it. He might not be that smart for messing with her, or maybe he was more naive that she could be better than that, but he found out the hard way. But the truth of the matter is, this dude is performing at his best, even still under all this pressure. People kicking your back in, people making fun of you. You're the butt of jokes, and you're still rising to the occasion. I don't even watch basketball, but if you got a $90 million contract for 4 years, you're doing something right. You're doing something right. So he got to perform at his best while his baby mother's doing him the worst. This is what men have to do. If you don't wisen up as a man, you're going to be going through some shit like this, bro. For real. Smarten up so you don't have to go through this at the height of your success. Anyway, like the video, subscribe to the channel blowing up. I appreciate you guys. Check out some of my other videos, and I'll see y'all over there.